I know that the ones who love us will miss us.
At 60 years old, Keanu Reeves shattered his kneecap while filming John Wick. 3 days later, he was back on set, hurting but unbreakable. That moment captures the man the world has come to love, not for fame, but for resilience. He's been robbed, impersonated by scammers, and even spends $50,000 every month protecting his fans from fake profiles. In 2025, he took the stage on Broadway, barely able to walk, yet pouring his soul into every performance. Critics called him brilliant, but behind the spotlight, something profound was unfolding. After decades of heartbreak and pain, Keanu Reeves' sentence is final. Goodbye forever. What does that really mean? Let's uncover the truth. Keanu Charles Reeves was born on September 2, 1964, in Beirut, Lebanon. His father, Samuel Nowlin Reeves, was of Hawaiian Chinese descent, while his mother, Patricia Taylor, was a British costume designer. Their love was passionate but short-lived. Just weeks after Keanu's birth, the family moved to Sydney, and within a year, Samuel disappeared. Patricia raised him alone, constantly moving, from Sydney to New York and later Toronto, trying to give her son some kind of stability. But Samuel's absence left a wound that never truly healed. The last time Keanu saw him was at 13, during a trip to Hawaii. They sat under the stars, quiet, awkward, and unsure of what to say. The next morning, Samuel dropped him off at the airport. Keanu never saw him again. Years later, when asked about his father, he simply said it felt like the earth had swallowed him whole. Patricia's life was a whirlwind of marriages. She married Paul Aaron, a Broadway director, in 1970. Then Robert Miller, a rock promoter, in 1976. And later, Jack Bond, a salon owner. Each relationship brought new chaos. Her career in show business also meant strange moments filled Keanu's childhood. He lived near Nimbus 9 Studio in Toronto, where rock legends came and went. Alice Cooper once babysat him. He met Dolly Parton and Emmylou Harris, but none of it made him feel grounded. He was always the outsider, drifting between homes, schools, and stepfathers. By 17, Keanu Reeves had already faced more chaos than most people do in a lifetime. Constantly moving, battling dyslexia, and switching through 4 high schools, he often felt like an outsider. Reading was a struggle, and he was expelled from one school for being too disruptive. But on the ice, he found his calling. As a hockey goalie, his sharp reflexes earned him the nickname The Wall. He dreamed of playing professionally, maybe even reaching the Olympics. Then, one brutal accident shattered his ankle so badly he could see the bone. In that instant, his dream ended, and his path changed forever. Acting became his escape. Pretending wasn't just a role, it was a way to survive. In 1984, he got his first television role on Hanging In, playing a troubled teen who mirrored his own struggles. That same year, he performed in Wolf Boy in Toronto, delivering a performance so raw it left audiences speechless. Soon after, he packed his car and drove to Hollywood. Agents told him his name was too foreign and suggested he change it to something more American, like Casey or Chuck. His biggest challenge came in 1999 with The Matrix. Weeks before shooting, he underwent emergency spinal surgery. He trained in secret, wearing a neck brace under his costume, afraid the studio might replace him if they knew. Some of his stiffness in the movie wasn't acting, it was pain. Yet when the film was released, it changed cinema forever. The Matrix earned over $450 million, and Keanu made millions in bonuses. But he didn't keep it. He gave most of it away to the visual effects and stunt teams, believing they deserved it more. That generosity became legend. Even when Warner Brothers underpaid him in later deals, he quietly settled out of court and added clauses to protect his crew in the future. But tragedy was never far away. On Christmas Eve 1999, Keanu and his girlfriend Jennifer Syme lost their baby daughter Ava, who was stillborn at 8 months. The grief shattered them both. Less than 2 years later, Jennifer died in a car crash in Los Angeles, just 1 day after she and Keanu had reconnected. He called the coroner's office himself, his voice shaking, asking if she was there. That loss broke him completely. For a long time, he disappeared from public life. Through it all, he stayed by his sister, Kim Reeves, who had been battling leukemia since 1991. He sold his house to care for her, spent $5 million on treatments, and later donated over $31 million from the Matrix profits to cancer research. He also founded a private foundation that still funds hospitals and children's programs, without his name attached. "I just want to help," he once said. "It's not about me." Then, in 2014, came John Wick. At 50, when most actors slow down, Keanu pushed harder than ever. He trained 8 hours a day for months, mastering gun combat, jiu-jitsu, and a martial art called gun kata. He broke his hand during filming and refused to stop. The movie revived his career, earning nearly $90 million on a modest budget. By John Wick. Chapter 3, he was training 10 hours a day for 6 months, until a motorcycle crash shattered his kneecap. He still showed up to set days later, wearing a custom $15,000 brace. Even at 60, he performed his own stunts in John Wick 4, crashing through glass, falling down staircases, and riding horses through Berlin. His pain became part of the performance. Off-screen, he found quiet love again with artist Alexandra Grant. They met in 2011 while collaborating on the book Ode to Happiness. And years later, in 2019, they went public as a couple. It was his first serious relationship since Jennifer. Alexandra brought warmth back into his life. Together, they ride motorcycles and keep things private, far from Hollywood chaos. In 2023, thieves broke into his home in the Hollywood Hills, stealing 6 luxury watches, including a $9,500 Rolex engraved JW4, a gift for his stunt team. Police in Chile recovered them months later during a raid, and Keanu testified remotely to help close the case. That same year, he voiced Shadow in Sonic the Hedgehog 3, which earned $725 million worldwide. Even through a microphone, his voice carried power, emotion, and wisdom. Then came Broadway. In 2025, Keanu starred in Waiting for Godot, performing 8 shows a week. It became a hit, earning $1.8 million weekly. Critics called his performance transcendent. But offstage, another battle raged. AI scammers using his face in romance schemes. Thousands of fake profiles tricked fans into sending money, thinking they were helping him. Keanu hired a private company and now spends $50,000 monthly to track and remove fake accounts. He said once, "When you lose control of your image, you lose part of yourself." After everything, loss, pain, betrayal, he remains humble. "Try not to suck," he once joked, describing his life philosophy. He doesn't chase fame. He doesn't seek applause. He just keeps going. In 2024, he received the Inkpot Award and the Lance Reich Legacy Award, honoring his work and generosity. He still shares his movie profits with crew members to make sure they stay employed. He still visits food banks in disguise, helping quietly, never asking for attention. Born in Beirut, raised in Toronto, broken by tragedy but rebuilt through kindness, Keanu Reeves is more than an actor. He's living proof that pain can forge purpose, that love, loss, and courage can exist in the same heart, and that real heroes don't wear capes. They just keep showing up. So what do you think? After everything he's endured, is Keanu Reeves Hollywood's last true hero? If you enjoyed this deep dive into his remarkable life, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more untold stories brought to life. Thanks for watching.